Hello everyone, hi everyone, assalamu alaikum. Recently I have had this questions from my um people who read my books and articles, and um questions circulating the internet, mainly questions circulating the internet in regards to for example, the Hindus, the followers of Hinduism, when someone dies, they burn the body, they cremate the body, and of course, other non-Muslim ideology, followers of non-Muslim ideologies do cremate the bodies. Buddhism also, but mainly Hinduism, they burn the bodies. So, in Islam, when we say that the Muslim, in the Muslim's grave, gets a mini Jannah, mini paradise, or if it's a non-Muslim in the grave, uh, um, is being punished. Is being punished according to facing death as a non-Muslim by the Creator Allah. By the way, having said all this, and as I carry on, the Creator Allah knows best. So I want to explain something that you see, the unseen world. It's to do with Allah and angels, and mainly Allah, the unseen world. And in the unseen world, there can be and will be parallel dimensions, and so what that means is, you see, the real you is your soul, ruh in Arabic, not your earthly body. And so when a Muslim person's time comes to taste death, face death, because the Creator Allah says in the Quran, every person, every soul will taste death, will experience death. And so the Muslim person will be in a parallel dimension. Although, because you see, the earthly body, when it's actually in the grave, is basically decomposing and deteriorating, and so after a while you will just see bones, the earthly bones. So what I am trying to explain here is that the real you is your soul, not your earthly body. And so it doesn't matter if you are being cremated, even as a Muslim, and it doesn't matter if you are being cremated as a non-Muslim, because you see, what the Creator Allah will do is basically will give the Muslim who has been cremated for some unusual reason, maybe, will be given a parallel dimension. Because what I'm trying to say is, the soul goes into the unseen world, and in the unseen world, you can call it the parallel dimension, which we have no access to inside earth. So the Muslim person will be, the soul of the Muslim person will be in a parallel dimension grave with the benefits of Jannah, paradise, and the non-Muslim person will be in his or her grave. The non-Muslim person will be in his or her grave, and being punished accordingly to the Creator Allah, again in his or her parallel dimension grave in the unseen world. So this is this is the answer to like followers of Hinduism, they burn their bodies. So how will they be punished, etc. And so, like I said, the real you is your soul, ruh in Arabic, not your earthly body. So it doesn't actually matter what happens to your earthly body. Of course, according to Islam, definitely the earthly body has to be buried as soon as possible. That's right. So, according to Islam, the earthly body has to be buried as soon as possible. After the soul has been reclaimed by the Creator Allah. But what's important to understand is that you will have to to understand is that it doesn't technically matter if the body is what I'm trying to say. No. So in regards to Hinduism, the bodies are being cremated, so burnt, but their soul will have been reclaimed by the Creator. Obviously, because so for example, the follower of Hinduism, the angel of death will take the soul, and of course the earthly body will stop to function, and then the other Hindu people, the followers of Hinduism, will take the earthly dead body to the wherever they take it and to cremate it, burn it. So yeah, one story came to mind. I think this was a Muslim person who actually committed a lot of sins, and at the time of his when his death came near, he was ill, I think, and he obviously realized soon he will die, experience death. So he told his children to burn his body, and then the ash, scatter it, some ash in the ocean, some in land, and like that. And so what happened was, then the Creator Allah gathered all his basically resurrected the Muslim person and asked him, why did you do that? Why did you tell the people or your children to burn your body and scatter the ashes? And he replied, I think he said that he was really embarrassed and scared of his sins, that how could he face the Creator Allah. And so what I'm trying to say in this story mainly is that for whatever reason, so the the followers of Hinduism and the followers of other non-Muslim ideology, they do burn the earthly bodies, but it doesn't matter, because still the angel of death is, it's the angel of death will take the soul and take it back to the Creator Allah. Allah knows best. Basically, to summarize, that the followers of Hinduism and non-Muslim ideology people, some of them, mainly followers of Hinduism, do burn their earthly bodies. But what's to remember is that the angel of death reclaims the soul. Allah takes the soul from the earthly body, and therefore, according to Allah, if a person experienced death as a non-Muslim, then that soul, don't forget, the real you is your soul, not your earthly body. That person that soul will be subjected to punishment. Now, punishment in the grave, punishment in the parallel dimension grave, Allah knows best. So having said all this, the Creator Allah knows best, and I know I have repeated myself, but I do that so to emphasize the point I am trying to make in this particular talk, and of course in my other talks. This is